Guys, I finally found God and I joined a new religion. I was feeling my absolute lowest with no purpose or willpower to keep going. However, just when I was about to do my impression of Gwen Stacy and forever alter the trajectory of your lives at the local bridge, a voice calls out to me and it says, I was initially confused as to why it was speaking in riddles until I look into the fog, and from it, the owner of that mysterious voice walks forward and reveals itself, the Green Dredge. Gather round everybody, class is now in session, and today, we're talking about the Dredge. Now, let me preface this by saying it's not actually green. The Dredge, also known by Durrani, is a mysterious killer, described as the manifestation of dark thoughts from a once thriving community by the lore. This turkey-looking egregore is one of the scariest killers lore-wise when you find out that it was a byproduct of a cult, inspired by the many real-life examples of these sorts of communities. Turkey Dredge is an M1 killer who has the ability to teleport to lockers, inflict a spooky, scary darkness, and has a powerful anti-looping tool. For today's class, since it's an M1 killer, I will provide tips and tricks when playing with the killer and its power within the same section, since looping with the Dredge is mostly the same as looping with any other killer. Check this video out to learn how to loop as a beginner, but assuming that most people watching this already know how to loop as killers, you can stay here. Now then, let's get into our first lesson.
We're going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu.
Reign of Darkness. The Dredge gets 3 tokens. When pressing your M2, you enter the gloaming state, leaving a remnant behind, and you see ores of every locker on the map. You can move while in this state at a reduced speed, but you cannot interact with anything. Press your secondary power button to spend a token and teleport to any locker you are looking at. You can teleport to lockers from a locker as long as you have tokens remaining. Alternatively, you can press your M1 to teleport back to the remnant that you left behind. When teleporting back to your remnant, you will always face the direction that you were facing when placing down the remnant. This can be changed with the Mortar and Pestle add-on, but if you pay attention to which way you're facing when placing it down, you won't need it, but it is a good beginner add-on. Nightfall. When these meters fill up for survivors, which is done by injuring and hooking survivors, hiding in lockers, or returning the remnants, the whole trial goes into Nightfall for 60 seconds, or longer with add-ons. During this affliction, survivors see near total darkness, you are undetectable, and your power is significantly boosted. Teleports are faster, cooldowns are faster, and you gain killer instinct when survivors are within 60 meters of a locker you're hiding in, or near your remnant when you teleport back to it. Also during Nightfall, everybody including yourself is covered in the glowing remains of my next generation so you can see them better, but they can also see you better. Along with these powers, survivors are given a couple counters to waste your time. They can lock lockers on the map, which when teleported to, take 2.25 seconds to open, but the lock is permanently destroyed afterwards. Survivors can also walk through your remnant, kicking you out of your power and making you unable to return to it. A common mistake survivors make when facing the Dredge is they'll lock every locker that is near their gens. When teleporting to a locked locker, if you see the other locker with a lock on it, hit it to destroy it, and here's why. When playing Dredge, there is a hierarchy for teleporting to locker pairs. When teleporting to a pair, it will always prioritize a locker in which a survivor is interacting with it in any way, either by hiding or locking it. Its second priority are locked lockers. Finally, it will teleport to either locker if they are in the same state, such as both lockers being locked or unlocked. As a survivor, you'll only want to lock one of the 2 lockers in a pair, as the Dredge will always teleport into the locked one. If you lock both of them, it can break the first lock when exiting and then break the second one with its M1, making the area more dangerous than need be. Also, as a survivor, do not walk into the remnant. There is no real indicator for survivors when the Dredge is choosing to return to the remnant. If you see it leave behind a remnant, leave the loop. It's slowed down while in the gloaming state so you can make just enough distance to reach a safer loop. But those are just survivor tips. This is a killer video, so enough tips for them. When playing Dredge, you'll want to loop the same way you'd normally loop as other killers, but here's the kicker. Your remnant is an anti-looping tool. Place it down near a pallet and make the survivor hesitate during chase. If they leave the loop, just cancel. If they commit to the loop, force them to drop the pallet or get near the remnant before returning it and get yourself a free hit. During Nightfall, when your teleport speeds are much faster, you may be thinking you can cut off a survivor and chase by teleporting to a loop before they reach it. Don't do this. More often than not, you will end up teleporting to a locked locker, or the survivor will just W key away from the loop. These abilities take time to learn, but once mastered, the Dredge can be an extremely dangerous killer to face. Of course, there are smaller tips that can be learned, such as canceling the sound cue survivors get when exiting a locker by spamming your exit button. Those 2 extra seconds that you get from survivors reacting late can get you a down in crucial moments within the game. If you want my 2 cents on playing the killer, always be patient and I'm kidding. Now that we understand its power as well as how to use it to its full potential, let's talk about perks and add-ons.
Oh, which way to the living without a brain seminar? Don't be late. Turkey.
Like all killers, Dredge has 3 unique perks. Darkness Revealed. When opening lockers, see the auras of survivors near lockers. Dissolution. After injuring a survivor, this perk activates for a limited time. Within that time window, when a survivor fast vaults over a pallet, it breaks immediately. Septic Touch. When survivors heal within your terror radius, they get the blindness and exhaustion status effects. They linger on for a few more seconds when the heal is interrupted. To be honest with you, these perks are kind of mid in general, but they do synergize well with certain builds, such as a Huntress build or a Spirit Fury Enduring build. Now then, let's talk about some of his best add-ons. Field Recorder. Begin the trial in Nightfall. Also inflicts Nightfall when the last gen pops. When a survivor runs into your remnant, they will become exhausted for 15 seconds. Broken Doll. Increases Nightfall duration by 20 seconds. Lavalier Microphone. Reveals auras of survivors for 3 seconds when using the last teleport token. It also makes lockers near survivors open and slam their doors. Pair that with Dead Man Switch, and you get big gen blockage.
Michigan at the 41. What a hit!
Tilling Blade. Survivors that are injured during Nightfall get hemorrhage and mangled for 80 seconds. Now, its iridescent add-ons, the Sacrificial Knife and Eerie Wooden Plank, are kinda mid and are very situational if you want any value out of them. But if you're running aura builds or chase builds, they really do shine. But with that out of the way, here's some fun builds that you can run with a Dredge. Devour Hope build. X, Devour Hope, Undying, Friends Till the End, and Surge. Every time a survivor is unhooked when you are at least 24 meters away, Devour Hope gets a token. At 2 tokens, get haste after hooking a survivor. At 3, all survivors are exposed. And at 5, you can Mori survivors regardless of their hook state. This pairs well with Dredge's teleport since you can use it to get away from the hook quicker and gain stacks faster. Undying just allows Devour to last longer in case survivors cleanse it by transferring it to a second hex totem on the map. Friends Till the End allows you to see the obsession when you hook a regular survivor. The obsession is also exposed. This also synergizes well with Dredge's power and is used in many of its builds. Finally, Surge. Since it is an M1 killer, I think you'd get more value out of this perk than you would Pain Res or any gen regression perk. The next build is what some consider its best build, but to make full use out of it, its best add-ons are the Malthinker's Skull, which charges Nightfall quicker when survivors are injured, and the Broken Doll, which increases Nightfall duration. Tinkerer, Corrupt Intervention, Friends Till the End, and Sloppy Butcher. Tinkerer makes you undetectable when a generator reaches 70% progress. Corrupt blocks the 3 furthest gens from you and lasts for 2 minutes or until a survivor is downed. Sloppy Butcher makes survivors mangled and hemorrhaged for 90 seconds after getting hit. While Friends Till the End is used for its aura reading ability, a Nurse's Calling also works great with the build if you don't feel like running it, or if you just don't have Chucky.
You stupid bitch!
Lastly, this is a meme build designed to just goof around, but for an M1 killer like Dredge, I think now's a good time to introduce it. This is the Backpack build. Agitation, Mad Grit, Starstruck, and Iron Grasp. Agitation gives you 18% haste when carrying a survivor. Mad Grit gives you no cooldown on missed basic attacks while carrying a survivor, and when you hit a survivor, the carried survivor's wiggle timer is paused for 4 seconds. Starstruck makes survivors within your terror radius exposed, and the effect lingers after hooking, dropping, or when survivors leave your terror radius. Finally, Iron Grasp greatly reduces the shaky effect of survivors struggling, as well as increasing the time it takes for survivors to free themselves by 12%. This build can make you an absolute menace when carrying survivors and even has potential to end games early, but like I said, it's a meme build, so don't expect to get a 4K every single time. And that, class, is my lesson on the Dredge. Leave a like and subscribe for more, and let me know what killer you want me to make a guide on next. And just like my last class, I will leave you with live commentary, unedited gameplay of the Dredge in order for you to better understand how to play as it. Treatment Theater, not a bad map for Dredge actually. Decent amount of lockers and it's indoors. So yeah, we're gonna run this build. We got Corrupt blocking those gens, so they're forced to come over here. I already see somebody. We're just gonna go ahead and sneak up on them. Down a remnant. Get the hit. Let's go. Go ahead and chase. Nice, right into me. So that's immediately a down. So that's the neat thing about the Remnant. If you know how to use it, and believe me, take full advantage of your Remnant, and you will hit stuff like that every time. If that person was smart, they would have waited to vault that pallet. But unfortunately, they make that mistake. I force that hesitation, and I get it down because of it. But now I know somebody else is over here. But we have our teleports, so let's go ahead and use them. Now, with these add-ons, I have a 4th teleport token. Oh, she ran right into me. She drops God Pallet, though? No, she doesn't. She respects it. Nice, she respects God Pallet. We're gonna go ahead and keep chasing her. There's a window right in front, but I don't think we, try to go for it. Get Killer Instinct off of her. She's gonna drop that pallet. We're gonna go after these guys instead. Get them injured so I can get Nightfall. So with 2 people injured, my Nightfall should charge significantly faster now. I get the down here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up. Then bring her to the hook, which is right over here. Or so I thought. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and hook her there. I know somebody's over here. We're gonna go ahead and teleport. They're right over here. Yep, there she is. She still doesn't want to drop God Pallet, which is fine. Nice, made her hesitate, and we get the down. She's running Tenacity, I'm sure. So we're gonna go ahead and pick her up immediately. Or maybe that wasn't Tenacity. Honestly, I can't tell. It's been so long since I've seen someone run Tenacity. Anyways, there's my friends till the end. I'm gonna go ahead and teleport over here. I think I catch them right. Yeah, they're right over here. Oh, well, we can get Tinker value, so let's go ahead and do that instead. Teleport this locker, then beeline it to the gen. Nice. Nice, and I get the down there. Like I said, with Dredge's Remnant, most loops are basically unsafe at that point. So you'll want to take full advantage of that. You still get that gen done, that's fine. I'm 4 hooks deep. Go ahead and open up right here. Cut her off over here. She doesn't drop that, which is interesting. I get the hit now. Nice. Then we keep chasing her. Go ahead and just go around that, because we kind of have to. She takes God Loop, doesn't matter, I get that down. Nice. Go ahead and pick them up, and we go put them on a hook. See, there aren't any hooks nearby, so we're just gonna hook her right over there, and then go catch up to this gen that's being worked on right now. Nice. I don't know what she was doing there, but we get the down anyway. Pick her up and put her on a hook. Let's see, we go to this hook, right? Yeah, we do. Alright. Now you're on a hook. And still the end's over here. She's healing. And we get the jump on her. You're about to pop the shin. Get the hit at least. Big pallet. She doesn't get greedy, which is good. We'll go ahead and break that and then go for the chase. Here, we'll loop on the inside over here. She has life, that's fine. Nice. And that's a hit. Nice. Get the pickup, go ahead and hook. Oh, she almost interacted with that shit. The hit. Arella's somewhere over here. She probably thought I was chasing after her. We'll keep going after the lorry, though. You don't get nearly as much value out of Friends Till the End as you think. You're only really using it for the extra aura read, which is always helpful. But the exposed is a pretty huge plus if you can manage to get it. Once again, another hit, another down, and then now it's another hook. Put her away from the gens. There's our obsession. We teleport right in front of the locker. She's gonna hesitate and drop that. No, she doesn't. That's good. And then there's where we get our Friends Till the End value. The exposed on our obsession, which is always nice. So we put her on the hook, and now she's out of the game. That's really good for us, actually, because everyone else is on death hook. Alright, here's the Jill. We're gonna go after her now. Oh, don't worry, I see you. She has life. That's fine. Oh, she actually got away from the loop. Alright, that's good. Good on you. Unfortunately, she chose to stay here. So we'll go ahead and cancel. She puts that down. Whatever. Go around. Do that little tech on her. That's like the one thing about pallets. When you use your remote destroy, they can't vault them. So, who knows if the event's ever coming back, but if they ever bring these pallets back, go ahead and use them. Go ahead and pick up and hook. And then I think I've said this in my last video, but a lot of this can easily be applied to the regular game. So like, yeah, all this extra stuff is nice, but it's not really needed for the Dredge, considering he's kind of a strong killer already. See, there's the lorry. We keep chasing her. And we get the down. Go ahead and put her on hook, since she's on death hook. And then we go find Hatch. Honestly, I could not care if this person leaves. Oh, I found her. I already found you, bruh. It's a race to the hatch now. She breaks that. Just keep chasing. Then we get the down here. Nice. And that's GG's. But yeah, that's pretty much the ins and outs of playing Dredge. Really, just use your Remnant as often as you can, but it's not necessarily... Actually, I shouldn't say it's needed, but try not to use your Remnant too much and try to prioritize those kinds of plays over just getting easy hits, you know? But, yeah. Use your Remnant a lot. Use your lockers to traverse the map and patrol gens, and that's really all I have to say. GG's, and I hope to see you in the next video.